Ashley, your Southern lesbian, and we are smack dab in the middle of October, and this month's theme is dating and where do we meet the lesbians. So if you hopefully saw last week's episode, I gave you steps 1 through 10, just things that I recommend of places where y'all can go out and meet women. So this week we are carrying on. I'm gonna give you 10 more. Woohoo! Are you ready? Are you ready? You got your notebook out? You got your quill and your little manifesting notebook ready? You got your candle? Have you got your spells? You got your crystals? Listen, y'all laugh, but I do get a little woo-woo witchy sometimes. Y'all know that. This is not the first time y'all have heard that. I'm just saying. Anyway, all right. I hope y'all have had a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for coming back here. And you know, I wish you luck. Like, we all want to find our person. We all want somebody to snuggle with during the holidays that are coming up, and I am no exception. So here we are. We're in this together. Let's dive in. Number 11. You ready? Listen, last week we talked about some fabulous ways to meet some girls. I hope y'all have gotten out there. I hope you've tried some things. And today, I'm here to give y'all a few more things. A few more options, a few more things to consider. Listen, we're going to be all over the map here. Some of these things do require spending a little money. Some of them are free. So there's a little something here for everybody. Okay, here we go. Number 11, join LGBTQ cruises. Now, how many of y'all have ever heard of Olivia Cruises or have ever been on an Olivia cruise? I haven't. But God, they look like fun. Did y'all ever watch back in the day when the L Word was on and they did that episode on an Olivia cruise? That was pretty funny. I have friends who used to work with Olivia Cruises, and it just sounds like a blast. And you know, I don't know why I never went and did that. Well, I'll tell you why I never did that. Because I was in Los Angeles. There was a plethora of ways to meet women. But if you're not in an area like me right now, I'm so lucky to be sitting in, well, just outside of London. I'm an hour and a half outside of London, y'all. There's a lot of opportunities here too, but if you're not in an area where you can easily meet other lesbians, then that might be something fun for you to schedule. And they do cruises all over. It's not just to the sunny tropics. Like, I think they do like the Norwegian type cruises and stuff too, which could be really cool. You know, and 'tis the season, right? Okay, now this one is a little bit, you probably have to be, I don't know, you might have to be in a city to do this, but I'm gonna throw it out there to you anyway. And number 12 is attend drag theater or LGBTQ theater. This is great. I actually really, really, really love this. I love theater. I'm just passionate about watching people be passionate about what they love. That's why we love actors. That's why we love singers, because the people that do that stuff, they just put themselves out there in such a way that leaves you in awe. So if you go to these places, you're going to find, I think, that the people who show up and also share that kind of interest are going to be other people who are passionate about that. So that could be a cool thing. It's something that you can do where you can drink or you don't have to drink. It's something that you could spend money on or you don't have to spend much money on. By the way, the drag shows and the drag brunches, if y'all have never been to one and you're like, well, that's not really my scene, Ashley, I'm a classy lesbian. Well, get your ass to a drag brunch, because let me tell you something, they are really fucking fun. I don't care what you do or who you are, those things are fun. They will have you laughing and they will have music going, you'll be dancing, it's just a good time. So grab some friends, they can even be straight. Sometimes we just, you know, we got to forgive the straight people and allow I joke. So many of my friends are straight. Whatever. Bring them. Everybody will have a good time, okay? As long as they don't mind a little cussing, because, you know, the drag queens they're like me. They're going to say what's on their mind. Plus, you know, I feel like just supporting drag also, in a way, supports the trans community. Maybe not. I don't know, y'all. People ask me stuff like that all the time. They ask me questions about the trans community, and I can't answer it, y'all. I'm not trans. I understand that they are part of this LGBTQIA XYZ ... community, right? We're all lumped together in this, and sometimes I think that's great because there's strength in numbers, and I certainly feel for them and understand that plight and support you guys. If you're trans, absolutely support you in your rights, because what the hell? Sometimes it's a little weird because, do y'all ever find that? Like, your friends will come up to you if you come out to them, if you tell them you're a lesbian, they're like, oh, what do you think about this trans thing? Well, I don't know. Ask a trans person what they think about that. Anyway, sidebar, y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all know I go off on these tangents and I don't mean to. Number 13. Last week we did talk a little bit about joining different classes and things. So this is just a little bit more on that because I really, really am a big fan of classes. I did a pottery class in Los Angeles and it was so fun. Do I have any pottery skills? No, I walked out there, that thing did not even look like an ashtray at best. But was it fun? Yes, it was so fun. And you meet people and you learn things. And honestly, I came out of that class walking in, not ever having considered doing pottery, and walking out going, oh my God, I'm gonna go home now and I'm gonna get a wheel and I'm gonna buy a kiln and I'm gonna set up my whole garage for this. It's really that fun. But you do you, boo. Y'all find something. But anyway, it could be a crafting class. It could be any number of things, but I'm telling y'all, there's something to getting in there and doing these visceral hands-on experiences with other people because everybody's a little bit vulnerable. Nobody knows how to do it perfectly. So that lends itself to, it's kind of funny, right? You get to laugh with each other a little bit and look at that thing you just thought you made. And you get to help other people if you've learned how to do something and they haven't. It's great, y'all. Just be brave, be brave. Get in there, I'm counting on you. Number 14 is something I've never done, but I'm curious to hear if you have done, and that is participating in book clubs. Now, I love to read. Well, all right, I take it back. I read some things on the train when I'm here because I'm always go, go, go. So I find it hard to make myself stop and sit down and just focus on a book. But when I'm on the train, I don't have any choice because there's no cell service, y'all. So I'll read books and that's really fun. But audio, I love Audible. I love podcasts. I love to listen to things while I walk, and I walk every day. I try to keep moving and be active every day. Do y'all do that? And if you like stuff like that, could you maybe find a lesbian group that also is into certain things? Or maybe there's lesbian romance novel groups. If you can't find one, can you start one? If you're passionate about that, for me personally, I love some lesbian romance because it's just where I am in my life, right? I find that you gravitate towards whatever you're into in that phase of your life, just like your musical tastes will change over time. Things that I loved 10 years ago, now I don't really want to listen to those as much as the things I want to listen to now. Same with books. Where are you right now? Don't put out there what you think everybody else is going to want to hear. What are you into right now? Throw it out there. Start a little, Facebook Q&A. Hey, if I started this online book club, would anybody else be willing to do it? And the cool thing about it, two things. Cool thing about it is if you do an online club, I don't know what that looks like, maybe over Zoom, right? People can be anywhere in the world to do this with you. And how fun would that be? Well, Ashley, I want to meet a lesbian that's next door. Well, guess what? You got to put it out there and see who comes. And maybe to start, you build friends, and maybe in the beginning, your friend is in Saskatchewan. I don't know. I'm just giving you an idea. So the other cool thing would be to actually, if you can find the ones that are local in your community or a city not too far from you, could you go to a book club there, that's lesbian? I was telling y'all that there's a bookstore here in London called Gay's the Word. I have been to this bookstore, but they do host little online nights. They host a specific night for lesbians that I never would have known about if I had not done a Google search on them just to look at their site and see what they're all about. Because who would think to Google search a bookstore, right? You just think, well, it's a bookstore, they sell books. That's what they do. I know. Again, I'm going to remind y'all, like I said last week, get curious. If there's anything gay out there, y'all, Google it. Dive deeper, ask questions, because sometimes you'll hit those layers of things that you don't know even exist. There are activities, there are things that they host that you're just not even aware of. Follow them on social media. Look on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. Just put it all out there. Look at the different channels and see what's out there. Okay, so again, I was asking Dr. Google for some ideas because I have a few, but I don't probably have enough for y'all on my own. And she said, look for LGBTQ churches or spiritual communities. That's not something I'd even considered before, and that's brilliant, right? I'm spiritual. Why haven't I thought of that? I do follow so many people online already because, as y'all can tell, I'm a little bit active online and I do try to find some community on there. But I hadn't even thought about just doing a Google search for that. That could be really interesting. So If y'all are a little woo-woo like me, or if you just want church, they're out there. There are actually churches that are openly accepting of the LGBTQ community. I didn't grow up with any, y'all, but they're there now. And maybe they were there then and I just didn't know about them, but I'm telling you, it's so much better today. And they mentioned one. So again, I was looking specifically to the South as I was doing this search, and there's one called All Saints Episcopal in Atlanta. I can't endorse them because I know nothing about them, but I'm just telling you what Dr. Google said. She said that was a good one. So anyway, maybe check that out, right? Or spiritual centers, or Los Angeles, y'all. I lived in Los Angeles. I was so lucky. There's a massive community there called Agape International Spiritual Center, founded and directed by Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. I know that because he says it every time he comes on. He's wonderful, y'all. And Reverend Julie Moret is one of the speakers there, and she's wonderful. And it's not churchy. It's such a positive community that just wants you to be more open and wants you to expect more positivity in your life. Like that Agape gives me such life when I listen to those. They're not, I don't even want to call them sermons. They're just, he comes on and he speaks every week. You can follow them online on Facebook and you can watch it every week. Anyway, it's great. It's great, y'all. But I feel very lucky to have lived in Los Angeles around that community and to had friends who enjoyed going to that community, and they're into all the woo-woo stuff, that Agape, They've got crystals, they've got the little cute jewelry, they've got all that stuff you can buy, and all the metaphysical books, and I love that stuff. I love it. You do you. I'm not saying that you have to do it this way, that way. I don't think there's a wrong way. I think as long as you are working on yourself and growing and trying to stay positive, stay open, learn more, grow more, be a better human, what difference does it make, y'all? Number 16, explore hiking or outdoor adventure groups. So I don't know where to find these, but I told y'all, look at the meetup groups. Meetup, again, for those of y'all who weren't here last week, is an app. It's not a dating app. I guess you could kind of use it that way, but it's not really a dating app per se. So you go on and you fill out a profile and you put all these interests that you have into the Meetup app. And then it pairs you with groups that it thinks that you might like, which is really cool. You don't have to just do those groups. You can also do a search on your own. If you're into, I don't know what you're into, your fetishes or whatever. I joke. But you can put in specific things like pickleball, lesbian group near me, kayaking, horseback riding. Y'all, I've done a lot of searches for horseback riding. Book clubs, pottery, lesbians. Just put in lesbians and whatever city you're in, or whatever big city you're near, or state that you're in. See what comes up, because those are actual physical activities that people have already planned that you can join in on, usually for free. Sometimes they'll cost a little bit. There might be a little bit of an organizer fee. Fine, because I think the organizers do pay a little bit to be able to set that site up and use it. So shit, if they're asking you for $5, give it to them. Just saying, it's really worth it and it's really fun. I highly recommend it. I'm not saying that Meetup is the only way you can find these things. I'm sure Facebook has them too. I've seen them online before. So if you do a little search on Facebook, because that platform is so, they have so many groups and that's such an easy way to communicate. And if you don't have them, can you form one? I've asked y'all this before. Are you brave enough to build one? I have not built one, y'all, because sometimes I don't know where I'm going to be sitting long enough to do it, in which city, state, whatever. But if you feel like you're firmly planted and you want to meet some lesbians around you, start one. Why not? Throw it out there. See what people say. Number 17. This one gets me really excited because I was in the film industry. Attend LGBTQ film screenings or festivals. There are LGBTQ film festivals all over the place. So a little Google search will show you how many there are, especially in the big cities. But how fun! And if there is even just a new LGBTQ film out, or new lesbian film out. I know that we've talked about some of them on this platform. Love Lies Bleeding was one that I was excited to talk to y'all about because, hello, we don't get that many, right? I am a lesbian screenwriter and I'm trying my best, y'all, to put more stuff out into the world for us. And I get so far and then, somebody decides, maybe another lesbian gets their foot in the door. I don't know, but I'm trying. The point is, when we get these things that come along, we have to support them because our community is so small and our breadth of content is so small. I say, whether you like the film or not, I would say please be careful of what sorts of reviews you put out there online because people see that stuff, the people that are paying for those films see that stuff. I just feel like we need to support if we want more of it. Watch it, make sure that your algorithm comes up with that stuff. Anyway, I digress. So going to these films together, could you set up a little screening party? If you don't want to go to the theater and spend the money, when it comes on one of the other platforms, tell all your lesbians before it comes out, don't watch it yet, come to my place. I'll get the popcorn and we'll sit here and watch a movie together. That'd be kind of fun. Or I don't know, maybe you could get some little local venue that you have, a little pub or bar or whatever's near you. Maybe they'd screen it for you and you could charge $5 at the door and I don't know, y'all. I'm just doing what I do. But I think that that's so fun. And if you're a film buff like me, maybe you could set up even like a little LGBTQ film club for y'all to watch things regularly. I mean, I know that I haven't seen all the films in the LGBTQ history that I should know about. I could probably go back and watch a few, but that might be something fun for y'all to host. Just an idea. Number 18. So last week we talked about joining online groups where they're sporty, blah, blah, blah. What if you actually just go to a lesbian sporting event? Or an LGBTQ sporting event. Now, I know the lesbians love the softball. I know they love the soccer. Over here, it's the football. In Los Angeles, we were, again, I'm going to talk about LA again, y'all. So lucky to have the LA, Angels City Football Club. I mean, of course, that came along after I moved. How fun would it be to go sit in those stands full of lesbians and cheer on the lesbians? Now, I know all those women aren't lesbians that are playing, y'all. Ish. Gotta be events. Women's basketball. South Carolina has a fantastic women's college Gamecocks, Lady Gamecocks, y'all. I'm a Gamecock. I'm proud of it. Those girls are just something. And I'll tell you, I get so excited watching them play because they're so freaking talented. Just go to a women's basketball game. I don't know. You might see somebody there. I don't know. Just try it. It's just another suggestion. Okay, y'all. And the last one for this week. Hang with me. I know you're going to have some resistance to this one again, but simply connecting through social media. Ashley, I am today years old. I don't like the social media. Well, you found me, didn't you? This is kind of social media. I mean, YouTube is kind of social media. Kind of, sort of. It's a little bit of a different platform, right? I mean, I kind of like it. But y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I've said this before, and I'm going to tell you again. TikTok has a huge international lesbian community. If y'all aren't on lesbian TikTok, get on there. Literally set yourself up a little profile. It takes 2 seconds. Type in lesbians of TikTok and see what comes up. A shit ton. Type in lesbians over 40, lesbians over 50, lesbians over 60. It's pretty fascinating. Women loving women, hashtag WLW. Type that in. Just see what comes up. Try it. I'll put all this stuff in the comments again for y'all and some links to things because I know, you're not going to remember this. I'm not going to remember I said it in a few minutes. It's great, y'all. And again, I get it. These people may be far away, but what we're trying to do here, what we're working on is building our community, right? Because it's these little small things that we can do that help us sort of feel like and add to a growing greater community and a sense of community, which is so important, I feel like, as we're getting older. You need that around you. You need to feel like there's some people out there that get you, even if it's just a little bit of like a little couple of comments a day on social media, or you see that they're liking your stuff because they're paying attention, or that they're commenting back, or they're wishing you happy birthday. If this is where you need to start, I have no shame in that game. None. I don't care what people said, y'all, because we have to find community where we can. And that doesn't mean that I want you to stay on there 24/7. Don't pick your head up and get outside your house, because no. That is not the goal either. But I'm just saying, if this is where you are, I don't want you to beat yourself up about it. I want you to take chances and be bold and connect with people. Find those people that have those similar interests that you have, because it's so important. That is what I have for you this week, my friends. Once again, if this resonates with you at all, I would really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends, if you'd like the podcast, if you'd subscribe to the podcast. It helps me so much, because those numbers are important as I'm moving forward. And it helps you because when you subscribe, you're going to get a notification of every time I release new content. So at least it will, when you open, I'm not saying it's going to text you. I'm saying that when you open your little YouTube, it's going to come up and you'll see that there's a new episode there for you. And also, did y'all know that if you subscribe to YouTube Premium, and this is not an endorsement, I'm just telling y'all because I do it and it makes my life a lot easier. If you subscribe to YouTube Premium for $13.99 a month or whatever it is, you don't get any advertisements, which is really nice. So there's nothing interrupting your shows. And you can also turn your phone off while you're listening, like the screen can go black and you can keep listening. I know, y'all, this is not very exciting to look at for however long I'm talking. So you can still listen to me. You don't have to watch along if you're trying to do other things. I love to walk and listen to podcasts, so it's a great option for you. All right, I'm wishing y'all the best week. We'll be back next week with more. Y'all have a wonderful week. Tell me what's working. Tell me what's not. Share your stories. Please let me know in the comments below what is happening out there. I love connecting with you guys. I love hearing from y'all. I love hearing what's going on in your world. This is a community. Like and share what's working for you. It's going to help somebody else, right? Also, go on over to the TikTok Your Southern Lesbian page. There's a fantastic interactive community there. I share some silly content there just to keep y'all laughing a little bit during the week. I hope you enjoy it. It means the world to me that y'all are here. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful week, okay? Bye, y'all.